I believe we're on now, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the late introduction. We have just had a few technical difficulties. My name is Johnny Pistol. I am back for another round. I have with me the very sensual, the very sexual, and the very handsome Johnny Smash.
Correct, all the above, Johnny Pistol. It's great to be here.
It is.
Day 1 Tropicarnage 2013.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, just to kick off the jams, you're lucky the first jam has just been completed. 0 points for both teams. So this is pretty much just starting, so you're very lucky.
Double donuts in the first jam. Who we got jamming now? We got number 33 for the Northern Rivers.
Yeah, that's Nora the Explorer up against Duchess of Hazzard for the Brisbane City Rollers.
Everyone's been very well behaved. No one in the sending yet.
Yeah, no, it's good. Duchess of Hazzard is going right the way round.
Taking a long way around yet, but lead jammer.
Yeah, lead jammer there for Dora the Explorer for Nerd. Now she's doing well, pushing hard up the middle there, Johnny. Very good defense by BCR. Actually, it's funny that we mentioned the defense earlier by NRRD. Both of these teams have impeccable defense, so I think the Jammers have their work cut out for them.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
I'm having a little trouble with my brand new headphones. I'm in trouble with them.
I got some crackling too, man. Let's check out mics. So just making sure some stuff's all good. Just check the bottom of your mic there, Johnny.
They look good. They look good there.
They do look good. Some skull candy. We have Farouk Assault up against number 17 for NRRD. Is not on my list, which makes it number 77. World War When.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
It's a tight pack. That's what you call a tight pack coming around that first bend.
Yeah, that's actually one of the best packs I've seen all day. Like when it comes to the consistency of the blockers and the teamwork that you're seeing in the middle of that pack as well.
We've had some big scores today, and this, I reckon this might be a lower score.
Which Johnny do you want us to pull back on the mic? Yeah, we're both Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. I'll pull back. I'm always one of these loud ones. I'll come back. How's that? Hello there.
Anyway, back on track, we have Farouk Assault still making her way through the back of the middle of the pack. Also, number 77, World War When, up the middle of the track. Great
defensive work at the front of the pack. Look at that.
Very, very nice defensive work. And it looks like World War When is through. Lead jammer.
That's only the initial pass, though, yeah.
It is. That's what I mean. It's taking a full minute just to get a lead jammer, which is really, really good to see. That's a testament to their defense.
I think we'll get we won't get a big score with this one. I think it'll be just hard work, perseverance this bout.
Yeah, this is going to be a nitty-gritty bout. And they're my personal favourites, the ones that are hard work, that each point is worth its weight in gold. None of these 5, 10, 15, 20-point jams, a 3-point jam against a 1-point jam, that's where the nitty-gritty is. That's when the courage and the stamina plays a part in Derby. Yes. And that's the stuff I like. 5 big points there for World War When.
Well done for World War When. Yeah, the second half, that'll be a testament to the fitness.
Yeah. I think World War When. I remember once I went down to Lismore to commentate one of their games. It was fantastic. They're wonderful hosts and beautiful people. But I believe World War When. See, I'm doing it already. World War When. See, I want to say that's what it is. It's too many W's. It's throwing me off. So I apologise to World War when she eventually watches this.
I've got a little bit of dry mouth. I'll have no chance.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, speaking of, I'm going to call it Triple W just to get through the game. Triple W is absolutely killing it, and it looks like she might have just snuck through the front of that pack. Yes, she did. 5 points there at the very end of that jam, which was called by the clock.
We have the Duchess of Hazzard lining up on the jam line for the Brisbane team, number 22.
Not me, the other one, so I'm guessing that's you.
I'm always too loud.
Yeah, it's all good.
My mum always told me to shut up when I was younger.
I was told I could talk on a wet cement. I haven't tried it yet, but in the cards.
Hello to everyone out there listening to us, by the way.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you with us. Again, apologies for the slight delay that we had on the game. Luckily, like we said, it was 0 apiece first jam, so you didn't miss out on any of the action.
0-0. Dreaded Cat is jamming for the Northern Rivers girls, but it's Brisbane City Rollers a lead jammer.
Yeah, that's number 22 from the Brisbane City Rollers. Duchess of Hazzard, she was jamming first jam. And she did really well there too. And again, now she's looking to score some points. There's 2 points already. She has lapped the jammer, so there's an extra point for her and her hard work. This is good because this means BCR will be putting some points on the board, and that donut will be eating.
Oh yeah, donuts. Dreaded Cat coming through that initial pass, but Brisbane scoring the points and calling it off.
I'm actually curious why the referee's only calling 4 points, because I did believe that she passed the jammer, but it is 4 points on the board there for Brisbane City Rollers.
On the board.
I thought she passed the jammer.
Hello to all the Brisbane City Roller fans out there, the NRRD fans out there. Big hello from Johnny Pistol and myself. We're here at the Moray Field Leisure Centre.
Yeah, that's for you to announce. So we're here at the Moray Field Leisure Centre. Number 33, Nora the Explorer, up against number 78, Anorexia. Both girls going straight up the guts, and a big hit there at the front by NRRD, really forcing Anorexia to the back of the pack. Wonderful defense. Again, with the walling and the waterfalling at the front by the girls in pink as they dominate Anorexia, who managed to get a small whip there by number 68, and she is through the lead jammer. And again, sorry, I tell a lie, that was a whip by Veruca Salt, and that is a no pass, no point. She will not be lead jammer, which makes Nora the Explorer our jammer, Johnny.
Let's see what Nora does here.
You can see that Anorexia now has 4 points for BCR. Nora is going to try and follow up the same, and then no doubt call off this jam.
Yeah, she wants those points.
You can see the whisker hands out there by BCR. Nora's taken the inside and now back to the inside. I don't think Nora actually knows that she's lead jammer.
Yeah.
This is what's confusing. She should have called it off a few times now. She's had the opportunity to make it even scoring.
That's an opportunity for the bench to be screaming their lungs out, but hang on.
Yeah, no, she's going to go the full 2 minutes by the looks of that. Yeah. That is another 4 points there for Nora the Explorer, and Anorexia also looking for some more points now for the Brisbane City Rollers.
Anorexia getting knocked out of bounds.
And Nora the Explorer through the pack one more time. This is a big scoring round for both teams. 26 seconds left on the jamming clock, and the pack is slowing down considerably. You got Scary Fish leading the way for the NRRD. And the outside, Nora the Explorer, wonderfully played. She's put that quick burst of speed on and quickly called off that jam.
4 more points.
Yeah, that should be another 4 points. It is, you're right, Johnny. All over it like a white on rice.
Like spots on an old lady.
Yeah.
And here's me predicting a low score. It's all of a sudden it's become a score fest.
Yeah.
That's what I know about roller derby. That's how much I know.
You know what I know about roller derby? Whatever Johnny Smash says, the opposite will happen next jam every single time.
It's like I put a curse on them.
Yeah, no one's had a penalty this far in this game. Boom, 3 girls go to the bin every time. It's wonderful to watch. He's a magician. Big hit there on the inside, forcing, I can't quite see, but it's definitely BCR's jammer onto her knees. And a wonderful deflection there by number 25 from NRRD. That is Twisted Knickers. BCR's gone in for the block, and Twisted Knickers has just gone, welcome to Paintown, reversal.
Bang.
That was like something out of a goddamn WWF video game in the 90s. It was awesome.
How good were those video games?
They were good,
by the way.
They were wonderful. I've got too many of them, but that's another story to be told. And there's 2 points there for Twisted Knickers. Well done and well earned, in my opinion.
Once again, it is 0-0, Dreaded Cat. In those famous dreadlocks. I was showing off a pair of dreadlocks a bit later.
Yeah, yours are very sensual, just like Dreaded Cats, up against Veruca Salt, who at the moment has what they call a tribal tail, which means you got the sides nice and shaved tight, and a couple of feathers and some other good hoo-ha stuff in the back of the ponytail. So if you catch it with the helmet off, it's
very smart. I like that look.
It's pretty cool. It's last of the Mohican stuff. Veruca Salt straight down the guts, really using that upper body strength that I know that she has to force NRRD out of play, which she's done correctly, and she's being rewarded now with lead jammer.
Perseverance pays off, Johnny Pistol.
Yeah, and strength is good too, I find, sometimes.
Yes.
Perseverance, strength, agility, stamina. These are just the few things that you need to be good at derby.
A few of the many things.
Yeah.
Dreaded Cat wants that inside line, being denied by some nice blocking out front. That's Kimbo Kazi.
Yeah, Kimbo Kazi is a very good one-on-one blocker. She can really dominate someone of smaller stature than her because she seems to put her weight on their shoulders. It's a very clever tactic.
Yeah. Kimbo Kazi is a fast skater too. She can keep up with the smaller skaters.
And Veruca Salt calls off the JM. Wonderful work by the Brisbane City Rollers as they squeeze towards that 27 points.
And the blockers for the Brisbane City Rollers wasting no time getting on that line.
Oh, they want to play. They're here to win. That's for damn sure. Now, as you'll know, NRRD did win their original game earlier in the day. So no doubt they are a little bit tired.
That was the first game of the day at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so they've been here all day. No, hopefully some of them went off to the beach during lunchtime. Not that they wanted to miss any games, but I understand that.
They well and truly beat the Pot Lucky team.
Yeah, they did a good job. Now, there is Duchess of Hazzard straight on the outside with a hop, skip, and a jump.
That was a big gap around the outside.
She was almost untouched as she made her way to lead jammer position. Now, NRRD is going on the offensive, really trying to get flat strapped to the front. Wonderful work there by Florence and the Machine. Flo, as they like to call her for the locals. Now, Flo is a woman to watch. That girl can jam, block, pivot, coach, and bench. She's certainly not a one-trick pony.
She referees as well.
Yeah, man. Flat strap going to the bin at the very end of that jam. This is not good news for NRRD. Wonderful news for BCR. So if you're a BCR supporter, this is a good time to get excited as we now have ourselves our first power jam.
Every time I say power jam, I develop a stutter. Power jam.
Yeah, it's like a Tommy gun, but with power jams all over the place.
That's right. Well, BCR's only 7 points behind, so they can make up the difference easily.
That's right it. They'll need to do 3 laps, including their initial pass. Anorexia, number 78 for BCR, is well up to the challenge, and it should be interesting to see how she performs. 3 laps, ladies and gentlemen, is all we're looking for BCR to steal the lead from NRRD. So there is our first lap, and she is our lead jammer.
Fang Thing making things interesting. She's going the wrong way to join her.
Yeah, she has to jump at the back of the pack, no doubt. Obviously, coming back in off the bin has to be at the back of the pack. But instead of just forcing her way through the pack, she's gone all the way around the long way just to make a little bit confusing for the opposition.
That freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, and it's scary. Anorexia now with her second lap. That makes 5 points, 2 points off the lead. And she is now pushing for that final third lap to take the lead for Brisbane City Rollers.
Talking about girls who can do it all. Anorexia, great blocker, great jammer.
Yeah, she's a very good pivot as well from what I've seen. And a couple of girls going to the bin now from BCR. Not good for Anorexia, who needs all the blockers she can get. And she is through for another third lap, which now, in my opinion, will put BCR in the lead by 3 points.
We have new leaders. Let's see if you're right here. 3 points, you reckon?
Booyah.
Booyah.
I can count. Mum will be proud. 30 points to Brisbane City Rollers. 27 to NRRD, which is the Northern Rivers Roller Derby. Locals to Lismore. Beautiful place. Go visit.
Yeah.
Love Lismore.
Duchess of Hazzard back on the jam line for the Brisbane City Roller Girls. Still a power jam. Well, we're going to kick this jam off as a power jam.
Yeah, Anorexia not only doing well to get her 3 laps and take the lead, she also caught off the jam with enough time to keep NRRD's jammer in the bin for the start of the second game. So that's
awareness.
Yep. Testament to her ability and timing. And Duchess of Hazzard straight up the guts and is your lead jammer. Well done.
That was way too easy, straight up the middle.
She does that though, and I find Duchess of Hazzard has this weird ability where she makes people look really crap by just going not even being touched.
She hangs back and just turns on the speed.
Yeah, she does. She's like a small rocket. You switch it on before you know it. She's 20 meters in front of you.
We have a jammer for Nerd heading to the sin bin. We're going to power jam.
Yeah, not good for Nerd to get a double penalty on their jammer. Their jammer only just came out of the bin, so this is not good news for the ladies in pink. They did just lose the lead in the last jam, and now BCR is going to look to increase that lead coming into the second half.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Nerd, as Brisbane scores 5 more points. Nerd played first thing today. Let's see how the fitness holds up leading into this second half of this first half and the second half.
And Duchess again on the outside, just managing to keep those feet inside the track lines. And once again, she gets some big points for the Brisbane City Rollers. 40 points there in total for the ladies in Tartan.
Great defensive work at the front of the pack. Duchess calling that one off.
Yeah, Brisbane City Rollers now taking a nice, comfortable lead. 13 points, 15 minutes left on the clock. Number 68, once again, Veruca Salt for the Brisbane City Rollers, the ladies in black and tartan. And the jammer for NRRD still in the bin. I do believe that is... Sorry, my vision is gone. I believe it's flat strap. Hold it. Prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's flat strap.
Flat strap, yeah.
It is flat strap. There you go. My vision ain't so bad. And Veruca Salt is your lead jammer, not getting that as easily as Duchess of Hazzard, as she had to work through those 3 defensive blockers. And Veruca now looking for points.
Flat straps through that pack for that initial pass.
You can see Ace Vegas, our benchy for the Brisbane City Rollers, trying to get them to call off the jam immediately, and the timing looks impeccable. Veruca Salt with 3 points, NRRD unfortunately flat strap with 0. Now the ladies in pink have the ability to put some big points on the board. They've done it earlier in this half. They are only 20-odd points behind Brisbane City Rollers. This is still anyone's game. NRRD calling the timeout.
They well and truly have the ability to score in a hurry. Gold Coast team travelled down there not so long ago. And yeah, they just put on a scoring fest down there. So plenty of ability. They've got some great blockers and some great jammers. Yeah, team time out to Nerd.
Hopefully I just fixed the crackling. I'm not sure if you guys were hearing it, but... Oh, it's back.
Yeah, a little bit of snap, crackle, pop.
I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's all good. There's nothing we can do.
So, Johnny Pistol, day 1, Tropicarnage Cup 2013. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Early days. You don't want to peak too early, though.
I'm already tired. I've been here all day, helping out around the place, making sure everyone looks good by standing next to them. I'm very excited, Johnny. It's been a good first day. Haven't got my kit on yet. Everyone's been complaining that I don't look like a male prostitute, but I never wear my costume first day. It's the first day is all about getting into the mood. Second day is all about partying.
I'm thinking wearing a little bit less tomorrow. It's going to be a hot day, apparently, over 30 degrees plus.
I hope it is, just so everyone's jealous of how little I am wearing.
So we could be getting naked up here in the Coco Cabana Lounge.
The Coco Cabana Lounge. Don't worry, we'll send you pictures as much as we're allowed to.
Florence the Machine lining up on the jam line for the Brisbane City Roll. That's Florence, isn't it? 162.
Yeah, that's Flo, and she is dominating on that inside line. On corner 2, she manages to take a small bump, doesn't slow her down a piece, and she is your lead jammer.
She can take a hit, Flo.
She can definitely take a hit. She can definitely give a hit as well. That's what makes Flo scary.
Another Brisbane roller scatter who's got the all-round ability, blocking, jamming, 5 more points.
And she's a kit mechanic as well. She's just fixing a kit on the roll too, so not much that girl can't do. Now this is a power jam for the Brisbane City Rollers, and Flo is really taking the most out of it. I believe that's her 3rd lap. That's 10 points in total, and she'll be looking for at least 1 more lap before she calls up this jam, making sure that the jammer isn't on the track before the jam is finished.
Yeah, she takes a hit straight through that wall. 5 more points.
And she might be going for another one. She has the time, if my memory serves. She should have a time for 1 more lap if she needs, and just steamrolls her way through the inside line. The jam has been called. Ace Vegas with the signal there. Well done to BCR, and in particular Flo with that monster point scoring 20-point jam.
She has ability to score big points in a hurry.
Yeah, she does.
She reminds me of Iron Thighs. Doesn't slow down, just smash with
That's
those
it,
blockers.
Doesn't slow down. You get a lot of girls that come into the back of the pack and they're very worried about the back blocks, which is smart to keep in your mind. You do not want those back blocks. Yeah. Flo, Iron Thighs, and a few other girls in that caliber.
Boom.
They know they're not going to back block, so they just don't. If anything, they speed up when they hit the back of that pack, and they just, it's like bowling pins. It's fun to watch. Veruca Sol back on track for the Brisbane City Rollers, trying to do a bit of a flow up the guts, and she does well, forcing all NRRD to the outside, and she is your lead jammer. You can see the feathers too in her hair. I love that. Gives her a little bit of pizzazz.
Pizzazz on the track.
If you're going to do it looking good.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, this is a power jam.
Yeah, still a power jam for the Brisbane City Rollers. And they've really made the most of these power jams.
Nice
Veruca Sol, taken out there by Dreaded Cat. No, it wasn't Dreaded Cat. I apologize. That is... I'll tell you as soon as I know who it is.
That's Amazon Getcha.
It is Amazon Getcha. Yeah, her back was turned to me at the wrong angle. Well done, and she was calling to the rest too for the cut. I couldn't see from this angle exactly if she did cut, but Amazon thought she did. So maybe that. No, I was waiting for the official, but there is no official review, and they're going to keep on trucking. Duchess of Hazzard now lining up for the Brisbane City Rollers.
Still a power jam.
Still a power jam. Power jam.
Feel free to join in at home. Join in.
Yeah, get the kids to do it.
Yeah.
Get the kids to sing along. Power jam. We can make a song, Johnny. A rap battle about power jams. Duchess of Hazzard on the outside. Someone loses their panties, and it wasn't me. I'm up here in the commentator's box.
You lose your panties?
Someone is. Duchess of Hazzard gets sandwiched. Wonderful work there.
Amazon
to get you, living up to her name and destroying Duchess on the inside of corner 4.
Amazon was yelling out for another cut and track.
Yeah, she was looking for it. She's quick, very, very quick. And Duchess makes her way through 5 big points. NRRD's back on track. Big back hit there by Brisbane City Rollers.
Oh, that'll look good getting through that pack.
Yeah, and that's Nora the Explorer. Yep. Yeah, she's done well. She's got that real nice dip that she can do. 77 to Brisbane City Rollers, 27 to NRRD.
Still plenty of time left in this first half, too. Just under 10 minutes.
Yeah, ain't the truth.
That's an eternity in roller derby.
Now without the statistic board in front of me, I'm going to go off the top of my head. I believe that NRRD hasn't actually scored in the last 5 jams, which is... whether that's a testament to BCR's defence or maybe they've just got their mojo out of whack, which can happen in a game of derby. They've just got to get to that half-time and then... somebody's
paying attention.
Yeah, I try. When there's pretty girls going around in a circle hitting each other for my entertainment, it's hard not to be paying attention. Plus the athleticism, strength, stamina and willpower that these girls show is idolised by myself.
Anorexia.
Yeah.
Lead jammer.
She is the lead jammer now, looking for points at the back of the pack. Twisted Knickers with a nice bump there. A couple other girls from NRRD looking for the sandwich. The waterfall misses on corner 1, and Anorexia calls off the jam.
Also some nice blocking at the back of the pack by Unforgiving Bunny, I think it was, on the opposing jammer.
That's what I want to see. Day in, day out.
Florence the Machine. She is a machine back on the jammer line for the Brisbane City Rollers.
She is. For those of you just joining us or watching this down the track, this is Johnny Pistol from the past. Ooh, I hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. Johnny Smash is filling in for KO, who unfortunately is sick today. She brought some nasty black plague with her back from Europe, and she unfortunately cannot commentate. Which is okay with me because I think Johnny Smash is the sun. That's how important he is in my life. He is the sun. Flo makes her way around the track. She is the lead jammer for the Brisbane City Rollers, and she is carving up that track like Cartman from South Park through Cheesy Poofs.
Exactly right, Johnny Pistol. Well said. Nora the Explorer. Still after that initial pass, nice block in the front of the pack by Kimbo Kazi. She is through though, however.
And Nora the Explorer trying to make up a little bit of ground. She's about a half track behind Flo. Flo butts through and she's calling the jam. I think that might be 3 points for Brisbane City. It is 3 points. Just couldn't quite make it past the last blocker. Not worth the points. BCR do have enough of a lead that they don't need to be crawling for every single point. So,
is that Commando Carnage?
It is Commando Carnage, and she is a wrecking ball. I probably said that word way too much today, but there is no other analogy that I can think of for some of these girls. They are like a wrecking ball. They swing into the pack and destroy everything in their path, and then keep on coming out the other side like nothing even touched them. Perfect example, Commando, right then, just absolutely steamrolled through the back of BCR.
Here she comes, lead jammer. Nice one. Took a big hit, kept the feet, lead jammer.
And that's where I think agility plays such a big part in derby. Everyone thinks it's all about the big hits, but if you can take a big hit and stay on your feet, then what was the point of the big hit? It meant nothing. Yeah. So
another one, she does it again.
Yeah, like I said, she is a wrecking ball. There is no other thing to describe Commando as she calls the jam, and it looks like 5 big points for NRRD, and she breaks the drought. And that is the 7th jam. And on the 7th day, God gave NRRD points.
There was the sun, and that was me. And then 7 points to Nerd.
Yeah, that's good. And I believe that's the first time they've actually jammed Carnage this bout. So maybe that's their secret weapon, you know. They're just a little bit down and out. They put on their Carnage, and she comes in and...
That was an impressive first jam. She'll be back without a doubt. Twisted Knickers back on track jamming for Nerd. We have a team timeout, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like a team timeout called here by Brisbane City Rollers. Yeah, it's a little of a blowout, more than I expected at this time. I did think that this would be down to the 3-2, like they would be very similar to the Gladstone game.
How exciting was that Gladstone game? Back and forth.
Fantastic. Without being biased, I kind of wanted both teams to win because obviously they'll be playing the Northern Brisbane Rollers tomorrow, which, funnily enough, is my team. And I would like to play both of those teams. I'd like to accommodate Northern Brisbane Rollers against both Gladstone and Tweed.
We have our captains and alternates with our referees in the centre of the track having a bit of a chin wag.
It's getting all serious now.
We have Carnage doing the in-house commentating, whipping this crowd into an absolute frenzy. We have Carnage just to our left. Johnny Pistol is heckling him. Tell him about the raffle prizes. Once again, a big hello to everyone watching on their computer.
It's awesome. Carnage is trying to pimp off his raffle tickets, and Meaty's like, "It's a new car." If only. I might actually buy a raffle ticket. It'll probably end up being one of those little Hyundai Getzes or some piece of crap that deserves to be thrown off a cliff. Some firewood. Yeah, just got a couple of people chatting on the feed here, and I agree with them wholeheartedly.
Yeah, Carnage is the man.
Okay, just I'll get back to what I was just saying. They were just doing an official review on a jammer cut. The referees have held their ground. The cut, or rather the call will remain as the referees have called it. And this is an NRRD power jam. As I was saying, and as people have been saying on the chat feed, NRRD are famous second halfers, very much like the North Queensland Cowboys or the Brisbane Broncos. They put a lot of effort into the first half. Nothing seems to go their way, but come second half, Lady Luck turns her coin, and it's a downhill battle from here.
Unlike the Rabbitohs, they let me down. I put a few dollars on them, and they let me down big time.
Unlucky. Now, NRRD has put some points on the board. 5 big points there for NRRD, and in particular, Twisted Knickers.
Now this is the Brisbane City Rollers setting up that wall.
Yeah, that big wall that they have too. Twisted Knickers is looking to smash to it as quick as possible. They need the points, and Twisted Knickers with another 5 big points for the ladies in pink. I'm almost going to say magenta because it's very vibrant and pretty.
Yeah, pink's it's underrating that colour. It's a lot more vibrant than your mamby-pamby pink. Nerd finishing the end of this bout very strong. They are strong finishers, renowned.
And another 5 points there for Twisted Knickers. That's 15 in total. This is wonderful work by the ladies in magenta as Farouk Assault makes her way back to the track for the Brisbane City Rollers. The jam is called by Twisted Knickers. Wonderful work.
Beautiful to watch.
Fantastic. It's like rubbing silk on silk. You know that feeling when silk touches silk?
No, I can't afford that stuff.
It's
like not my way.
Oh, it's smooth. It's like Barry White eating chocolate.
Barry White, save my life. Just under 4.5 minutes left on the big derby clock. Left in this first half.
Dreaded Cat seems to have stolen your wig. She is jamming for the Northern Rivers Roller Derby up against Anorexia. He's had a good bout so far. Got the helmet to the head. Yeah, nothing you can do about a helmet to the head. And looks like someone's been sent to the bin. Anorexia. This is another magenta NRRD power jam. A wonderful work by Dreaded Cat and a couple of blockers who we got Fang Fiend also making her way to the bin for the Brisbane City Rollers.
I'll tell you what, momentum is definitely with the Nerd Girls right now.
Maybe I cursed Brisbane City by saying that NRRD are comeback kids, and now they've gone and done the comeback. It's not even second half, and they're already doing the comeback.
I think you're right. Don't send hate mail to Johnny Pistol. He didn't mean that.
I didn't mean anything I say as purely as I see it. Dreaded Cat now with 5 big points for the ladies in magenta, the Northern Rivers Roller Derby, or NERD as most commonly known, and she calls the jam. Well done there to Dreaded Cat, and in particular to the blockers from NERD for putting Anorexia on the back foot and making a cut, forcing her to go to the bin.
All of a sudden, if my mathematics is right, is 28 points separating these two teams. Is that right? Yeah, it's right. 28. So, yeah, it was a big gap. Now it's not so big.
Now it's a tiny, itsy-bitsy gap. Another couple of jams like that one before, and it's going to be down to 10 points of difference.
Power jam there, power jam here. Bada boom, bada bing. They're back in at NERD.
And this is wonderful timing for NERD too, as the momentum has switched their favour, because we have 2 minutes 43 seconds left on the clock for the first half, which means they have enough time to get their points close, if not ahead of BCR, just as the second half the first half will finish.
Well, we've got another power jam to the NERD Girls. So
Twisted Knickers is your lead jammer. Takes a nice big hit there by number 32 from Brisbane City. That's Slasher Hard Scare Bear, but it wasn't enough to take it down, and Twisted Knickers calls off the jam.
Damn. We're just over 2 minutes left in this first half. BCR v NERD. NERD finishing strongly.
Yes, and now remember the winner of this game will go on to play. We'll have to figure it out. Say, it'll be right in front of us. Sorry to steal your thing. You tell everyone how pretty they are, Johnny, while I look it up.
They're so pretty, oh so pretty. They're pretty and pink. Or was that colour? Yeah.
Magenta.
Magenta's a word. Still a power jam to the NERD Girls. Shredded Kitty is a lone jammer out there. Under 2 minutes left on the big double block.
The winner of this bout will play the winner of Gold Coast versus Sun State.
Oh.
So that's going to be a hard game to play. So NERD or Brisbane City will play the victors of Gold Coast versus SSRG.
I'm looking forward to that one. GCRD versus Sun State tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be good.
That's
very good.
Daunting and
Gladstone
exciting.
Gladstone versus Northern Brisbane Rollers.
That'll be a great bout as well.
Yep. And I think they're back-to-back. I believe that's 9 o'clock tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Northern Brisbane Rollers versus Gladstone. And then straight after that, we'll have Gold Coast Roller Derby versus Sun State.
I love roller derby in the morning. Smells like victory.
Smells like victory indeed. I will be commentating on the live mic for the first one. I'm sorry, so you won't hear my central voice, and I believe Johnny will be announcing the second one in the live mic, so you won't get to hear his central voice.
2 in a row doing Gladstone and
bang, bang. You lucky
First
man. Good choice. Someone likes you. Now we have Twisted Knickers on the line up against Veruca Salt. Just in case you are unawares, Brisbane City is black and tartan. And that would make a NERD or the Northern River Roller Derby in the magenta and black. Pink versus red. Twisted Knickers with 2 to beat comes in for the sweeping hit there by number 14. That is Thunderpuss.
Thunderpuss.
I know you just want to say it. Thunderpuss.
Veruca Salt scoring a handful of points, I believe 3 more points before calling that one off. That is half time in our bout, BCR versus NERD. We're going to have a 15-minute break. The scores are 88 points to Brisbane, 57 to NERD.
Yeah, as you said, very small gap coming into that second half. NERD have really pushed forward at the last couple of minutes, and it'll be interesting to see the second half. My name's Johnny Pistol, Johnny Smash. Yeah, right next to me, the central Johnny Smash. We will be right back with you in 14 minutes. Stick around.
See you.
Hello.
I'm famous! Tell me when.
Is it good to go?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Hello, Hardcore Derby fans. Joining me once again is Monty Bones. She is seriously one of my most favourite players in all the Derby leagues. Always upbeat, always happy, always ready to get dressed up. How are you today, Monty Bones?
I am absolutely fantastic. I'm very much enjoying TC13. There's been some amazing Derby today. Really similarly matched skill and a lot of intensity. It's been kind of 2007. It's been awesome.
2007, back in the future.
That's right, like pivot line starts and everything. Yeah, that's been good. Today's been really good.
Oh, it has now. You've already played a game, but tomorrow you get to play the superstars that are Potluck.
I know, the miscellany meat mish that is Potluckies. They do have a pretty nice lineup, actually, so one cannot be too confident in any game, really. Yes?
I'm a little bit disappointed. We don't have a ukulele for you to play this year, and apparently you've learned new songs and stuff like that, but...
I did, and you know, if I can find HP Shovecraft, I'm sure he has a stash of ukuleles. I'd love to show you my new repertoire, so maybe we can catch up tomorrow and I can show you my CCCCC.
No, that will be awesome. And tomorrow we wish you the best of luck in your upcoming bout with Potluck, and I will be commentating that myself, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice, fist pump meat biscuit. Yeah!
And best luck and thanks once again for coming up from all the way from New South Wales to take on the...
Woo! Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Monty Bones. We'll speak to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Stay awesome.
I will try.
Bye-bye. And that was Monty Bones, the one and only from Tweed Valley. Now, I'm sure Dave's got another few more interviews coming up for you later on, but we'll see what happens. But hopefully we'll get Monty Bones again tomorrow with a flute and another flamingo. This has been Meat Biscuit for awesome interview time today. Thank you very much.
Well, I hope you've been enjoying our live coverage of the 2013 Tropicarnage Cup. I'll just give you a quick update of what you can expect tomorrow, if I can read the brochure we got here. So next up, who we got on at the moment? Ah, that's right, Brisbane City Rollers against the Northern Rivers Roller Derby. Damn, Northern Rivers are doing well. Brisbane, we were kind of considering Brisbane City Rollers to be a shoo-in, but Northern Rivers have certainly given them a run for their money. So Meat Biscuit. Who we got next? Oh, I shouldn't cover up my face, should I? So who we got next, Meaty?
Well, I'm just having a look. It must be at 5 Brisbane City Rollers versus Northern Rivers is happening now. And the next game for Saturday, Paradise City Roller Derby versus Card. That is 7 p.m. tonight. That is surely to be a huge game. Paradise City have not seen them before at the Tropicarnage Cup. This is their first year. Apparently they're going to cause heaps of destruction, so we will find out and see. Because Card is a super team. It's almost like the Battle of the Beaches.
The Battle of the Beaches. Oh, man, we got to use that. That's awesome. But that's right, Paradise City's only just formed this year, and people seem to have pretty high hopes for them. They've been seeded, I believe, number 4 coming into this tournament. 3, was it? Well, there you go. And that's considering that people have hardly seen them play. So, I don't know. It'll be an interesting match. That's 7 o'clock tonight, Queensland time. Hi, Penny's mum. Peggy. Peppermint Petty's mum.
Hello, Peppermint Petty's mum. Yes. Dave, honest Dave loves saying hello to
Hi, Peppermint Petty's mum. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we have the Northern Brisbane Rollers, and they are going up against Gladstone, that was a cracker of a game today. Gladstone against Bay Rolls. Did you catch that one, Meat Biscuit?
I certainly did. That was actually an awesome game. I'm a big fan of Gladstone. We actually played them. That was our first bout with TCR this year. We actually went up to Gladstone and they done us huge. So always a big fan of Gladstone. Excellent fun up there.
Yeah, it's tough for those regional teams to get some strong competition because Gladstone's a good 6 hours north from Brisbane. So it's really impressive when we see awesome derby coming out of the regional areas of Queensland. So that's 9 o'clock tomorrow, Queensland time. Northern Brisbane Rollers versus Gladstone. Of course, Northern Brisbane Rollers second. They're just a behemoth of a team, and they're seeded second coming into the tournament. They came second in the 2012 Tropicarnage Cup. And at 11 o'clock, the Sun State Roller Girls, who were the grand final winners last year and the year before, they will
Undefeated on its Dave. Still in Tropicarnage Cup. It may be this year, but we will soon see. That's what we've got to stick around for the grand final. See what happens.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Meat Biscuit. Whatever happens, if you can't watch every game, and I don't blame you if you can't, we'll be here for every game. But if you can't, because you have other priorities in your life, whatever you do, don't miss the grand final, 3 o'clock on Monday. Just do not miss that game under any circumstances. Previous years, the Tropicarnage Grand Final has been the best game of the year, so don't miss that one. But 11 o'clock tomorrow will be Gold Coast against the Sun State Roller Girls. So that's going to be a tough match. Then 1 p.m. we have Tweed against Potluck. No doubt you just spoke to Moni Bones about that.
Yes, we certainly. She's looking forward to that game tomorrow. She wants to, get one more game in and have a great old time, as Moni Bones does.
And then at 3 p.m. we have the Reef City Roller Girls. So we've got the teams that haven't progressed playing against each other. So that will be the Bay Rollers against the Reef City Roller Girls. That's Byron Bay versus Cairns. Should make for an exciting match as well. Looks like, how are we going for time? And after that, I think we're starting to get a bit confusing because... And then, of course, on Monday, 11 o'clock, we'll be having men's roll. So on Monday, which is when all the action's going to be happening, once all the teams start to coalesce into the grand final, we'll have 11 o'clock men's derby. It's always exciting stuff.
The speed, the power, the awesomeness, and the agility of hardcore men's roller derby. Be here and see it for yourself on Monday.
If Meat Biscuit says it, must be true. And then we'll have the third place grand final at 1 o'clock on Monday, the third place final. And then the Tropicarnage 2013 grand final at 3 o'clock. Johnny Pistol, what are your recollections of the past Tropicarnage grand finals?
We've had more than one Tropicarnage. I'm just kidding. Intense is a word that comes to mind. Magnificent, majestic, malicious. It's wonderful. I love it.
Now, both these teams don't want to talk too much about it, but I can. It's been an ultimate grudge match, Derby fans, over the last, 5 years? Yeah, at least 5 years now between North Side versus the South Side. Doesn't get any more brutal. To this date, it's been close. I think it was 25 points in it last year, wasn't it, gentlemen?
Yeah, about that.
About 25 points last year.
40, wasn't it?
No, I think it was less than that. In the final, what will happen this year, Derby fans? Only we can find out. I know Honest Dave would love to see his team take out 3 in a row, a trifecta. I'm sure Johnny Pistol here wants to stop that and take the cup home to their own clubhouse for the very first time. Best of luck, both teams.
But that's if there's not an upset, which can more than happen after watching Gold Coast game just before. Gladstone as well tomorrow early against the Northern Brisbane Rollers, so it could go either way. We might have a Gold Coast versus Gladstone grand final, which I would pay good money to watch.
Yeah, Nick Bisco, I've got to say you're making some pretty big assumptions there, and you're going to get yourself in real trouble just assuming who's going to make it through to the final.
Well, that's
So how are we going for time out there? We're well, yeah, the girls are starting to line up for the safety check, so I better hand it back over. Is it you two announcing this match, is it? Oh, the two Johnnies. So hand it back over to Johnny Pistol and Johnny Smash. Yeah, I'm not very good at growing beards. Anyway, I'll pass it over to Johnny Pistol.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your wonderful recollection of the past, present, and future Tropicarnage Cup. Alright, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Smash is a little KIA at the moment. I think he's just gone to the little boys' room. So you'll just have the sweet, sensual vibrations of my borderline Barry Manilow voice until he arrives backwards. Just to recall, we are Brisbane City Rollers, the ladies in the black and tartan on 88 points, and Northern Rivers Roller Derby in the magenta and black on 57 points. Both girls up the middle of the pack, really trying to push forward, and it looks like Anorexia for the Brisbane City Rollers is your lead jammer of the first jam of the second half. And I believe that is Straps. Yeah, it is. Flat Strap is... Sorry, I apologise. That's Twisted Knickers is caught in the pack as Anorexia looks to score some points for the Brisbane City Stampede. Johnny Smash is back and ready to talk.
There was a lineup.
A lineup for the little boys' room. There you go.
How are we looking? We're into the second half now.
We are into the second half, and Anorexia with 4 points there on the back end of that jam. We now have Nora the Explorer up against
that is
Duchess of Hazard. Yeah, that's the one. Both girls scored big points for their teams thus far, and I'm sure they're ready to continue it on. And an official... No, that is a Northern Rivers Roller Derby team timeout, but I'm sure that will turn into an official review.
What is this?
Some fantastic music being displayed, played today.
There's been a couple of interesting mixes.
Getting this crowd worked up into a frenzy. Yeah, we've got our captains and alternates in the middle of the track talking to our referees.
Dance. When a girl walks in with the anything in the waist and around thinking your face is dead. When I put up touch and I knew that fuck was stuck. Stop staring. I'm hooked and I can stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your picture. What you got? The hell with romance and sweat. Yeah, going like a turbo thing.
Yeah, a little bit of a dance break there. Always good. Baby got back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Just in case you wanted to hear that rest of the song later on in the quiet of your own home.
I think this is a Canage mix we've got going on at the moment. So mix a lot.
Yeah, well, the Duchess of Hazard. That was horrible. That was
Rewind.
Duchess of Hazard up against Nora, the Explorer. Both girls up the guts, up the middle, pushing. You can almost actually see the pack just sliding ever so slightly forward. Both girls now separated, and it looks like Nora has the advantage at the front of the pack. Duchess taken nicely on the inside of corner 3. Yeah, Duchess all the way back. Nora is.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
One skate, and they almost do like a Jackie Chan pose. They got one foot in the air. I love it. It's
almost like
stuff.
a Matrix mid-air type thing happening there.
Yeah, one skate. Beautiful work there by Nora the Explorer to stay on that one skate, and she's 3 for 5. So rather 4 easy points. I think she's just going to wind down the clock just ever so slightly. Duchess of Hazard comes into the back of the pack. Jam is called.
Yeah, Nora was keeping an eye on Duchess at the back of the pack.
Yeah, very clever. Just keeping the momentum in the Magenta's favour. 61 to 91, 30 points. The difference, anyone's game. 27, 30 seconds left on the clock. Too many Fisherman's Friends. I think I've had too many Fisherman's Friends. More wired up.
Well, at half-time, the momentum definitely was with the Northern Rivers girls, and it seems to be carrying on into the second half now.
Yep.
30 points separating these two teams.
It looks like Organic Mechanic is the bench manager for the Northern Rivers Roller Derby. Maybe he said something that has spiced up their life.
Organic Mechanic.
I like that. Organic Mechanic.
Nice defensive work by the Nerd girls at the front of the pack. A little bit of reverse skating.
Yeah, that's Commando Carnage as she does a little bit of a reverse block there. Nice work against Frugasol. Frugasol not to be outdone. No pass, no point. And she is not your lead jammer. This is Dreaded Cat's opportunity. She now needs to get to the front of the pack, get lead jammer, and call this jam as soon as she gets the ability to, which I believe she's going to.
Let's keep an eye on her, though. She hasn't yet. She's looking at a bench. No, she's still skating.
I'm not sure why Dreaded Cat actually hasn't called off the jam, but I'm sure there is a reason. The girls are a lot smarter than I am. Dreaded Cat on the inside, and she scores 4 points. Like I said, though, still a little unnecessary. She could have called the jam off. 0 points apiece. I know it's not good getting 0 points apiece, but now we've got 4 points apiece, so nothing's changed. Still 30 points the difference.
They were just taking a bit of a gamble there, see what happened with the blocking on that jammer there on Duchess. Florence Machine back on track for the Brisbane City Rollers.
Big shout out to Iron Thighs too. I love that you're working for the Northern Brisbane Rollers now. We love having you. You're
Iron Thighs. What a daunting skater to go up against Iron Thighs.
Yeah, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Definitely.
As long as you don't have 8 wheels on and you're on a derby track.
She can block.
Or if you need to buy a video game, apparently she can force feed you any video game on the planet. Yeah, she's good at that. Northern Rivers Roller Derby with the advantage at the front here, and she's through number 77, Triple W. I'm going to try and pronounce it. World War When. Yeah, I got it. Booyah, that's how you do it.
Oh, yep.
And there's a cut and flow.
Oh, no.
Florence the Machine is in the bin. Not good news for the Brisbane City Rollers, as NRRD are looking to take full advantage with a 5-point jam, and they're going to go for a couple more laps. Johnny, what do you reckon?
Brisbane City Rollers feeling the pressure. Momentum definitely swinging towards the Nerd girls. I hope you're watching this at home on your computer, chanting nerd, nerd. They're feeling it through the computer. They're feeling it up here at the Moray Field Indoor Leisure Centre.
Yeah, that's the one. Another 5 points there for the ladies in magenta, bringing the score to 95 to 75. It's now 20 points the difference as Nerd creep ever so closely back to the big score that BCR put in mid-first half.
Frank Fiend coming off the sin bin, acting defensively against that jammer.
Yeah, she's done well to block out the back there, and World War When having a hard time at the front. It looks like, yeah, that's really well done there by Brisbane City Rollers. I can't quite see where that is. My vision is going to crap just lately. And Triple W is going to have one more go at the front for another 5 points. Unfortunately, Triple W didn't quite call off the jam when she should have. And Flo, the Machine, is back on track. Jam now called there by World War When. And that was a 15-point jam in total. Well done there to NRRD.
I'll tell you what, I've got a feeling in my loins that this is going to be a very, very close ending to this bout. Still plenty of time left on the clock, as you can see, 24 minutes.
No, I'm not going to get any glasses there, Iron Thighs. I don't look good with glasses on.
Hello, Iron Thighs. Iron Thighs, without a doubt, one of my favourite skaters going around in the local leagues.
And if you want to check out Iron Thighs, you too can check her out tomorrow at 9 o'clock against the winner of earlier bout, that is Gladstone. Twisted Knickers takes the lead jammer position. NRRD have really turned this game around in the last 10 minutes, including the last couple of minutes of the first half. And she calls off the jam, and she's looking forward. 4 big points there for the ladies in magenta. Well done there to Twisted Knickers.
It's got to be props to the nerd blockers getting that jammer through most of the time recently, first getting that lead jammer status.
I think it has a lot to do with penalties as well. They're not very penalty heavy this second half. I realise it's only 7 minutes in, but first half they started off well. Right in the middle there when BCR started dominating, there was a lot of penalties for the ladies in magenta. That's nerd. And they really suffered for it on the scoreboard. Coming into the second half of the first half, they changed that around and they put some big points on, and they've kept that momentum going into the second half. And as you can see, we have number 33, Nora the Explorer for NRRD, busting her way through the middle. She is your lead jammer. BCR really struggling in this second half. I'm not sure whether it's just Nerd have really cleaned up their act from the first half.
Starting to put some scoreboard pressure. Or pressure on.
And that's what it is. They're just holding on to their lead now, and I think that's really starting to scare them.
Yeah, they're getting to the head of the Brisbane City Roller team. Coming home very, very strong. Let's see what Nora does here. She's the lead jammer. Big hit on Timbo Kazi around this bend here also. This pack is speeding up. Plenty going on.
Very fast pack, Johnny. It is blistering. I can feel a whirlwind of air just flowing around the building because of it.
Here comes
Nora's going for the duck spin. She's done well. Dodges Florence the Machine, which is a smart move. I would dodge her
Get down low.
every time I saw her. She's a scary, scary blocker. 4 points there for Nora the Explorer. Well done to Nerd as they increase their points and they come close to that 95 ever so slightly.
The scoreboard is definitely ticking over for the Nerd girls.
Yeah, 99 to 87. That is a 12-point difference. Considering at one stage it was about 55 points, Nerd have really done well to come back from that deficit. And like I said, once again, 99 to 87. We have Dreaded Cat up against Veruca Salt.
Yeah, well, we touched on it earlier. Momentum plays a big part in these bouts, and momentum has definitely shifted to the Nerd girls. Veruca Sol getting through the pack first. Lead jammer.
Veruca Sol. This is good news for BCR because I believe this is their first lead jammer this half.
Yep.
Or it'd be close to it. So it's wonderful work by Veruca Sol, who's now looking for points. And they're going to put BCR into that 100, those triple digits. Triple digits. And there it is. Well done to Veruca Sol. 4 big points for the ladies in Tartan and 103 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was important for Brisbane City Rollers to get lead jam, but also the blockers to hold back Dreaded Cat enough for her to get through the pack, score the points, and call it off. Brisbane, the first one, over 100 points, 103 to 87. Still 20 points left on the clock, so yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time on the clock, like you said, Johnny. You can hear the boys on the mics trying to hype up the crowd. This isn't a pretty important game. The victor of this game will play the victor of Gold Coast versus SSRG. And then that game will be quite the intense.
Oh, that would be good.
It would be interesting to see the victor of these 4 teams. And and remember, Nerd did have a game earlier against Potluck, first game of the day. So Nerd have been here all day. And Wen is your lead jammer, and she is looking for points.
Yeah, testament to the fitness of these girls too. Yeah, the second time they've battled today, and they've still going strong, coming home very strong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we've been up in the commentator booth all day, but that's really not that hard of a job. We get to describe the best sport known to man.
Oh, it is pretty hard. Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Come on. It is pretty hard, but we don't let people know that.
No, it's very strenuous stuff. up here in the Coco Cabana Lounge.
The Coco Cabana.
This pack is speeding up to a moderate pace. Triple W to get around a couple more blockers. Who's that out front? Unforgiving Bunny and Kimbo Kazi.
Yeah, Kimbo Kazi really putting the pressure on there.
Sorry.
And World War Ren calls off the jam, 103 to 87.
Sorry, that was Vixen, not Unforgiving Bunny. Vixen, Triple X Vixen.
What is this, amateur hour?
What's this, Bush Week? Anorexia lining up on the jam line once again for the BCR girls.
Now we got a slightly skinny pack here for the ladies from Lismore. And Twisted Knickers gets taken out nicely there at the back of the pack by Fang Fiend. And Jisoo Anorexia is your lead jammer.
Smashing away through the pack, lead jammer. All important lead jammer status at this point of the bout.
Yeah, very important. Like you said, Johnny, we're just coming into the second half of the second half. And the points are very tight. Twisted Knickers is just making her way into the back of the pack as Anorexia calls up the jam. 4 points to Brisbane City Rollers. Well done there to the ladies in Tartan.
Is fatigue going to play a part now with the Nerd girls? The Duchess back on track of all the Brisbane City Rollers. And that is number 33, NRRD Explorer, back on track.
Up the guts with number 33, Nora the Explorer. I don't know, I think she's just trying to explore everyone's back at the moment. She's just going straight up the back. And wonderful, wonderful, wonderful jamming there by number 22, Duchess of Hazard.
Yeah, that big gap come out of nowhere.
She almost makes him like she's like Moses. She just parts the pack. I don't know how she does it.
She hangs back a bit, just watches the situation.
You can see Duchess is trying to force the pack to go as fast as possible. So when she comes in, she can call it, grab some sneaky points. Unfortunately, 0 points apiece for both teams.
The dreaded cat back on track. And that is, of course, Veruca Assault back on track for the Brisbane City Rollers. No one in the sin bin.
Yeah, that's what I like. A full complement of skaters.
That's it.
That's where the hard hits are won. This is where the real derby is played, when you've got 5 on 5, like the magazine says.
That's what I'm talking about. 4 blockers.
Pivot start too. It's the first pivot start I've actually commentated. I've seen about 3 today. They're a rare thing, a bit like a unicorn. I'm not sure if they don't change too much like they used to in derby, but it's nice to see a traditional pivot start, if only for the memories. Oh, the memories.
Memories. We've got 2 walls here. We've got a pink one and a black one, both holding up the respective jammers. The front wall has been broken up.
They look like Sideshow Alley just destroying the back wall. And it looks like Dreaded Cat has a slight advantage. Big hit there by Sideshow Alley. And Sideshow Alley gets taken down by Anorexia. I love this. It's like 1 for 1. You touch her, I'll touch you. And if I touch you, she's going to hit me. I love that.
Nice positional block again by Anorexia in the front of the pack.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there at the front of the pack. And it looks like Dreaded Cat has been sent to the bin, which means we have a good old-fashioned power down.
I love Anorexia also, along with Shredded Cat in the sin bin. That's jam over.
That is the jam over. Good news for Brisbane City Rollers as they will start this next jam in a power jam situation. And, of course, their power jam player is Flo the Machine. Florence.
Just as Scadia one on track in a power jam situation.
Florence is like a steamroller if the steamroller had spikes and hooks in it. She just destroys and annihilates everything in her way. I love watching her, especially in a power jam situation, because obviously the defenders of the other team will not be going very fast, if at all, and so she just comes in and whoop-ah.
The go-to jammer. Power jam, Flo, you're up. Yeah, still only 12 points separating the BCR and Nerd. Yeah, we're getting low. We're just about halfway through this second half. Canage, our in-house announcer, just whipping this crowd into an absolute frenzy.
Well, that's what I got a couple of people that are confused with what I've been saying. When I mean that she's like a steamroller with the spikes and hooks, I mean that there's not too many things that aren't scared of her, and there's not too many things that will slow her down as she comes into the back of the pack for an annihilation. Now, there's been a little bit of twist of fate here. World War Wen is back on track, or rather, she's taken the place for Dreaded Cat as the jammer. So I believe that I mistakenly said that Dreaded Cat went to the bin earlier. So it's not a power jam, and this is World War Wen now taking the panty forward. But Florence, not to be outdone, is your lead jammer.
Yeah, nice defensive work in that pack too by the Brisbane City Rollers. They want to hold her up. They want to slow this pack down, make it easier for Florence to get around and score some points.
Yeah, Flo with a little bit of a bump there by Twisted Knickers. Doesn't slow her down much, takes the inside line. Bit of a waterfall. She does well to stay on her feet, and she calls off the jam. That was nice work. That was awesome. And there's not too many women that could do that kind of skating. They could take 2 big hits consecutively and stay on their feet on the tippy-toe tap wire inside line.
That's what these girls train for, taking the big hits. They train 3 times a week on and off skate.
Most of them, yeah, exactly. Most of these girls train 3 times a week. I'm sure there's a lot of girls that do some outside skating as well as gym work. And in Iron Thigh's case, she practices Call of Duty on the PlayStation 3.
You got to watch out for thumb cramp.
Yeah, that's why she's so good at positional blocking.
Oh, all makes sense now.
Because she shoots Russians on a video game. Looks like Dreaded Cat has one to beat, and unfortunately she's been eaten, or rather the baby has been eaten. Dreaded Cat not to be outdone with a little bit of an apex jump. Luckily she did get the lead jammer position.
Very lucky, actually.
Anorexia, while out in front, is not the lead jammer, and Dreaded Cat calls off the jam. Interesting to know, Johnny, there's been very few points scored in the last 4 jams. I think it's about 5 points in total between the teams have been scored in the last 4 or 5 jams. So,
well, it's going back to my initial call. You know,
yep.
my original call
which
was
you're now going to,
scored. Yeah,
which you're now going to jinx by saying it.
Florence Machine back on track for jamming for the Brisbane City Rollers.
Yeah, Florence the Machine up against number 25, Twisted Knickers for Nerd.
Twisted Knickers is pushing.
And she looks like she's through. Twisted Knickers is your lead jammer. Wonderful defense by Nerd to open the holes that she needed to get through that pack. And Sideshow Alley taken down by Kimbo Kazi.
Big hits on Florence Machine. Still trying to get through for that initial pass.
And there was another wonderful hit there by Vixen. Comes in with a wicked can opener.
She can hit Vixen.
She can. For a tiny, tiny girl, she is like a... Yeah, I don't know. Something that's tiny that hurts a lot, like Dynamite or C4. And the jam is called by Twisted Knickers. Wonderful work. 4 points, 99 to 111. 98 to 111. 13 points the difference. Very close. Very, very close, Johnny.
Have you got any fingernails left? I'm chewing away here. Exciting stuff. There's been a few exciting close bouts today. This is definitely one of them.
No, it's good. This is very reminiscent of the Gladstone game where it came down to the wire, came down to the last jam. And we have Nora the Explorer trying to take the outside up against...
Oh, on the inside.
Lucasol with the inside, and she's your lead jammer. She took a few bumps on that too, so she well earned her position.
Yeah.
And Nora the Explorer now making her way through the pack.
Yeah, she would have been aware that she didn't want a major cut track, but she went for the move.
Yeah, you got to risk it to get the biscuit.
That's it.
Big hit there, and Lucasol takes it like a champ and calls off the jam. And, interesting here. 3 points to Nerd, 2 points to BCR.
Oh.
So a wonderful for the speed and stamina to play a big part there as Nerd steal 1 extra point over Brisbane City.
That's it. Well, you were scoring your points up to the very last whistle. She was speeding through that pack for those points.
Yeah, she wanted them. She knew that Varukasol was going to call that jam imminently, so she needed to pick up that acceleration. Dreaded Cat up against Duchess of Hazard.
Look at Kimbo Gazi just eyeing off her opposition.
Oh, that was well done too. Duchess tried to follow Dreaded Cat to do a little bit of jammer on jammer action. She only big cojones Dreaded Cat snuck around the outside, and then the wall of Nerd came across and just blocked.
Look at this. Look at the blocking on Dreaded Cat.
Blocking on Duchess as well. Both girls all the way to the back of the track, but it looks like Dreaded Cat has taken a big hit there. Yeah, that was very lucky for Florence to take a knee. Otherwise, Dreaded Cat would have had to go all the way to the back. Dreaded Cat now looking for some points. BCR yet to make their initial pass.
This is what Nerd need. They need that lead jamming status. They need to score some points.
That's it. They have broke the Hunter. It's 113 to 101. A couple more points come Nerd's way, and we are having ourselves a nail biter. Unfortunately for me, I have no nails left from the last game, which was a nail biter.
Dreaded Cat calling that one off.
Yeah, interesting to see. 5 points. She did manage to get the Grand Slam, so terrific work by Dreaded Cat. 5 big points, bringing this score to 113 to 106, 7 points the difference. This is the closest this game has been since it started.
It's official. I've got goosebumps. It's very, very close. Not much time. We have a timeout, a team timeout to the Brisbane City Rollers.
Yeah, and I know what they're doing too, and Ace is going to try and bring back that morale, switch the momentum back into the Tartans' favour. Sport is all about momentum. It's all about the small victories adding up to the larger victory. So the lead jammer after the lead jammer after the lead jammer, and then points to points that are going NRRD's way at the moment has built the momentum into their favour. So BCR need to really switch this up. They need to get their lead back. At one stage they were 55 points ahead. Now they're 7. They need to switch something.
I just saw them. They were all shaking. They're all just shimmering over in the corner. Just shake it out. Well,
that's what you got to do.
And
that's Ace Vegas knowing exactly what these girls need. They just need a little bit of a shimmy, a little bit of a boogie.
Loosey-goosey.
And they'll get back on track. And they'll score some points.
A good way, a good way to break up the momentum is call timeout. Sit down, regroup, take a breath.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the best teams in the world do it. They realise that perhaps everything isn't quite going their way. Lady Luck might be shunning them with a bad wink or something. You need to just call timeout, have a breather. Yeah. Everyone knows on the same page. Regroup indeed. And if you're Iron Thighs, call the reinforcements. We're taking casualties.
Iron Thighs will just go, you girls just stay there, I'm taking care of this.
Yeah, it's a good game, Johnny, actually, because BCR really dominated the first half, except for the very end of the first half, where NRRD did recuperate a lot of those points. It was BCR's half. And this half, without a doubt, would have to go to NRRD so far, thus the 7-point difference. Not to be outdone, though, this timeout might have worked. Anorexia has taken lead jammer, and she's scoring some big points. She's not going to go for the Grand Slam, but that's 4 quick points with a hit and quitter for Anorexia, so maybe that timeout is just what they needed.
Called that jam off very quickly, Shay. She could have wound down the clock a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know if they really want to wind the clock down. Like, I realise they're now in front by a hefty 11 points, which is enough to be safe. I actually thought she'd go for the Grand Slam and try and get that extra point off the jammer, but she didn't. 117 to 106.
Very close here at the Moray Field Indoor Leisure Centre. Nothing leisurely about Nerd going up against the Brisbane City Rollers. It's been a great bout so far. Florence the Machine back on track jamming for the Brisbane City Rollers.
She's doing, Nerd's doing very well to hold flow at the back of the pack. She is getting hit there by Sideshow Alley. Lovely work by Nora. She's good at those dips, isn't she? She almost digs her heels in. A little bit like she's about to pull on a tug-of-war rope. She just digs those heels in, and it's almost impossible to knock her over. She's now looking at the point. Straight through the middle. That is
impressive.
sensual. That's what we want to see. The River Nile parted for Nora the Explorer, and she barely had anything to explore. She just went straight through.
Keeping on that scoreboard, too. Keeping on that scoreboard.
She's going to look for another 5 points, because that was a Grand Slam on Florence the Machine. Nora, again, with that big tip, out of play. 5 more points for Nora the Explorer, and I believe we are now 1 point off Brisbane City Rollers, 117 to 116 NRRD.
I believe Florence is still going for that initial pass.
Yes, Florence still on the initial pass. Nora looking for another 5 points. This will put NRRD in the lead. The first time Nerd has been in the lead since the first jam, and she's got it. Wonderful work there, Johnny. This is Roller Derby. NRRD take the lead. 121 to 117.
Very nicely done. Nora getting down nice and low. She almost attracts that, like getting that major, like a hit to the head.
And it's clever. Like I said, she digs her heels in.
Yeah.
You got to understand she's got wheels on, so digging your heels in ain't so bloody easy. But she's got a flow, seems to make her way through the initial pass, and Nerd has that jam all wrapped up, called by the clock. Big round of applause from the crowd there for Nora the Explorer as NRRD take the lead, 124 to 117.
Oh, I'm getting very, 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 very excited, Johnny Pistol. We're down to the wire here, last 6 minutes. And we have a 7-point separation of these two teams. Nerd in front.
Crazy. My heart is beating at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Even Bob's shaking. He's crazy excited. This is a roller derby. And we've been spoiled today, Johnny, because this is 2 games now that have come down to the wire.
Some great bouts.
Veruca Salt, looking to bring her team back into the lead, absolutely annihilates the blockers in front of her, pushes them out of play. She's your lead jammer.
Brisbane City Rollers needed that lead jammer.
And wonderful defense at Anorexia at the back of the pack, forcing World War I all the way to the back. And it looks like BCR is now going to do a reversal, and they're going to put the points on. That's a big grand slam to Veruca Salt.
We've been saying you can do grand slams, we can do grand slams.
Yeah, exactly. Apologies earlier, I did say World War N. It is Twisted Knickers on the track for NRRD. And Veruca Salt calls the jam. 5 big points for BCR, 122 to 124.
I hope you're watching this at home. I hope you're very excited. Me and Johnny Pistol are very excited. Moray Field Leisure Centre Tropicarnage Cup 2013, day 1. We have the Duchess and the Cat on track.
Yeah, Duchess versus the Cat. Both of these girls have put big points on for their teams, and they're both very agile and quick. Duchess is sneaky, so you've got to watch Duchess. Perfect example. Outsmarts 3 blockers into which direction she's going, and she goes in the complete opposite. She is the personification of chaos, and she makes it look so beautiful.
She was just tiptoeing away through that pack there. Sneaky.
Dreaded Cat still having a little hard time getting through the pack. She looks like she's now made her initial pass, almost sucked back into the pack. Out of play blocking at the front is called, and we have Duchess of Hazzard looking for some points. She only needs to make the 1 lap. And there it is. Duchess of Hazzard is your 4-point scorer, and that puts BCR back to the front, 126 to 124.
Oh, Johnny Pistol.
Now, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, drink responsibly. I cannot agree more with drinking responsibly. But if you do follow Dump Truck's rules, you all know what you need to do. Every time that scoreboard switches, you got to have yourself a drinkaroo.
Yeah, 2 points separating this team.
Now, you need to remember, Johnny, no matter who wins this, that they both played tremendously. BCR to put on that big points that they did in the first half, and also NRRD to come back from those big points.
Shows a lot of character for Brisbane City Rollers to come back. Some great defense by Nerd.
It does, and the pendulum swings also sweetly in roller derby. Anorexia is your lead jammer. Good news for BCR as they will continue to increase that small lead. 2 points is not safe.
We got 2 of the big
6 points?
Yep.
6 points, not 6 points is more than a grand slam.
Let's see what Anorexia does here. She scores some points. Here comes Nora.
And it looks like Anorexia will get a full complement of points there, 4 points, and Nora might get 0. There it is.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and only 1 point for Anorexia, and 0 points for NRRD. So they're only 4 points ahead now. Oh, I tell a lie. They've now upgraded it. It is 3 points for BCR. I was going to say, I thought she got a bit more than 1. 129 to 124. 1 grand slam the difference. A fiver. A sausage roll down at the pub. 5 big kahunas.
We're getting very, very long time on the clock too. Just under 2.5 minutes. Brisbane 5 points ahead. This is very, very exciting. I hope you're excited at home. Lead jammer, Nerd.
Oh, it's getting all kinds of switched up. Twisted Knickers is your lead jammer. Flo still caught in the middle of the pack. She's got 1 to beat. Oh, lucky not to get called for a cut there, because I did see one of Flo's skates go out of bounds. Not called.
Yeah,
doesn't
they gotta
matter.
be real careful they don't major. Yeah, definitely.
Just because her skates went out of bounds, though, she might have still been in front of the other player, so it might not be a cut. The referees definitely know the rules a lot better than I do. back to the game. Twisted Nick is looking for points. She's got 1-2 points thus far.
This pack is speeding up.
Very fast pack. 2 points there for NRRD, which will bring them 129 to BCR, 126 to Nerd. 3 points the difference. That is one hit it and quit it. 1 minute, 25 seconds left on the clock, and they're putting out Nora, the Explorer, up against the Lucasalt, the go-to girls when the tough get going. These are the go-to girls when you need your points, when you need your stamina and your skill and your agility all to pay off. These are the two girls that you want back in your team.
We're counting down to the last minute. None of these girls want to fail out. None of these jammers want to get hit to Sidbin. Brisbane City Rollers almost lead jammer.
And there it is. Veruca Salt is your lead jammer. This is potentially the last jam. If Veruca Salt can hold up and wind down the clock, she might have the chance to make this the last jam. Remember, NRRD do have one timeout left, so they can call this under the 30-second mark.
Nora's through the pack as well. This pack is speeding up. Where is this pack?
This pack is a blistering comet, and the jam is called
Donuts. Double donuts.
There is 30 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to call a timeout.
Keep an eye on the bench for Nerd. It's up to someone to call timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure. BCR 129, NRRD 126. 4 seconds left on the bout time, and we have our very last jam. Ladies and gentlemen, this will decide it. Oh, Jisoo! NRRD takes the lead jammer. It's Twisted Knickers.
She's calling that one off. That means
I'm not sure why she called the jam.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure why she called up the jam. She should have kept jamming and risked it for the biscuit. It doesn't matter. This has been one of the best games I've seen all year.
Amazing.
A true grit. BCR takes the lead first half. NRRD catches up second half. BCR, tooth and nail, grit their way to the victory. 3 points. Wonderful game.
Well, Brisbane City Rollers were leading from the get-go. Momentum switched to Nerd in the second half, in the last 10 minutes of the second half. And they come out strong in the second half. So close that second half. So exciting to watch.
It was. Hearts racing a million miles an hour. I hope you've enjoyed having us in your lounge rooms, your bedrooms, wherever you've been watching this at home. And I hope your heart is racing just as much as mine, because this is the true definition of roller derby. Hard, gritty, and well-deserved there by Brisbane City Rollers. Unfortunately for NRRD, they couldn't get the victory, so they will not be continuing on in the tournament. But I cannot fault any one of those girls from that team. They put 110% in, and the flip of the coin didn't go their way.
This is the final score. Brisbane City Rollers taking it out over Nerd, 129 to 126. What about that was? So exciting to call that one. The Brisbane City Rollers doing their lap of honour.
Yeah, and like I said, well deserved for Brisbane City Rollers. They took such a big lead in the first half, and then, like I said, for the courage of NRRD to come back and close that gap and take the lead. They were winning. They were back in front by about 6 points at one stage, and then for BCR not to give up, not to be disheartened. They crawled their way back. 3 points the difference, 129 to 126. What a game, man! I'm crazy excited. I can't wait to go home and rewatch that.
Don't forget Johnny Pistol. That was the second time Nerd have played a game today, so they would have been tired. They would have been fatigued. They pushed it all the way against Brisbane City Rollers.
Exactly, and they did travel all the way up from beautiful Lismore. So, yeah, you can see the crowd know and love NRRD for coming all the way up to Morayfield Leisure Centre, and they have fought such a great battle. A game for the year, without a doubt. It definitely has to go on the hat for one of the best games I've seen all year.
Yeah, it's one of those goosebump matches to call and watch. That was a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah.
Always a lot of fun calling about with you, Johnny Pistol.
Always a pleasure having you beside me, Johnny Smash. We will see all you, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I will be here, 9 a.m. in the morning, Northern Brisbane Rollers versus Gladstone, and Johnny Smash will be here with us too. So, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and peace.
Peace. We're out of here. See ya.